Hey y'all! Okay, so I'm back with the actual first episode of the Sisterlocks series! Yay! Okay, so what the first part of the series is going to be is about research. Like you have to understand and know like about Sisterlocks, the actual company, the actual hair Sisterlocks, and if this is actually right for you. Because there are so many other options you can do to have the same look, but it's, much different or whatever. So I'm going to try to give you as much information as possible that I've collected. So let's begin. First thing you should know about is the actual company of Sisterlocks, the founder, all that lovely stuff. So basically, I am on the official website of sisterlocks.com. You can go to it too. It is accessible on the internet for everybody. So basically, what Sisterlocks are, it says Sisterlocks is a trademark company founded in 1993 by Dr. Joanne Cornwell. She is the founder. The home office is based in San Diego, California, and there's a lot of trained practitioners and certified training associates all over 30 or more states. It's growing as we watch this video. And also, what's cool is that it says the company has 3 divisions: hair services, training, and a product and accessory line. The Sisterlocks business philosophy is intended to enhance not only the self-image of African American women, but also their self-awareness and their bottom line. So basically, what I think is really cool about the Sisterlocks as a company is that it's basically a way for the Black community to actually own something and to become entrepreneurs, own their own kind of business, all that kind of stuff. You can become, and with Sisterlocks, you can become a hair practitioner, well, a Sisterlocks practitioner, style and do Sisterlocks and all that stuff without a license. Like, you could just take the training classes that's provided, and then you just get on with it and just earn yourself some money by doing Sisterlocks. And I think that is just really wonderful that she provided the Black community to do this without having to get a license to, do all this other stuff that takes years of practice and years of money, where you can just do a flat out pay and then just become an entrepreneur with working with Sisterlocks and helping women love their natural hair, and that's the bottom line. With the Black women, we care so much about our hair, and it's just like you just don't know when you were loose, you just don't know what to do with it at times because it's so high maintenance. You gotta make sure you detangle it, make sure you moisturize it correctly, or it'll dry out too much or shrink too much and all this stuff. But with Sisterlocks, it just pulls everything together. It has a plan, a purpose, and as your locks grow, you start growing, and everybody's happy. And it's like a family knit thing. It's like you feel like you're just in a family, and it's really nice, So that's basically a brief little thing about the actual company, what the Sisterlocks company is truly all about, and why she patented everything so that we can become entrepreneurs, and all that lovely stuff. That's really great. Okay, so now on to the actual Sisterlocks. So these babies here, I couldn't really find, unless I didn't look correctly, but I couldn't really find an exact definition of what Sisterlocks are. I looked on the the YouTube video about it. But basically what they are, and what I've come to the conclusion on, they are micro-sized dreadlocks or micro-sized locks that are formed in their special way of making and creating the lock by a certified Sisterlocks trainee or consultant. That's basically my definition. I know it's probably all over the place, but that's basically what they are. They're micro-sized locks. And of course, you don't have to have Sisterlocks to get micro-sized locks. You can go anywhere. There's all kinds of different pattern ones besides sister locks. There's twisty locks. There's nappy locks, braid locks. There's so many different locks you can get. But I'm only focusing on sister locks here so everybody can understand exactly what sister locks is and why, why get them, So, basically this is what they essentially are. They're micro-sized locks. So if you're like contemplating as to, well, should I get them? How much do they cost? All that stuff. Well, I will get back to you with this like right now. So I really feel as if you had your loose natural hair for a while and you've tried everything, you began loving your natural hair first loose, but you're just getting tired of it, I think Sisterlocks would be for you. Now, I only say that because if you're like a new natural and you didn't experience playing with your natural hair as it grows into an afro or a wrinkly curly like thing or whatever, if you haven't experienced all that and you just want to jump into locks, I would not. I would wait a year or even more before considering locks in general, because you really have to know and understand how your hair reacts to certain things like water. Learn your hair like how I had in the last video, learning about the density, learning about how high of a density you have compared to others, the type of hair you have, whether it's more of a kinky or coily or curly type curl in your hair. That all comes into play with your locks, because you don't know how would you know if you just got locks immediately without knowing your loose natural hair first? You know what I mean? So that comes into play. So it's very important to know your hair and all that stuff before you just jump into locks or sister locks or whatever. Especially sister locks, because the parting of sister locks is so small. And I'm using my webcam, so I'm so sorry, but I'll try my hardest. But you see, like, this is basically, oh gosh, where to go? This is basically a 1 by 1 inch square, I would say. Maybe even a ½ inch, I'm not really sure. But this is a small space. And all this is all over your head, parted, to make sure that you can make a part anywhere in your entire head, like as if your hair was loose. And they're very small, okay? So I'm putting emphasis on this because I'm about to tell y'all the cost and whatnot. And I can say it now because my consultant isn't a trainee anymore. So here's the thing, and it also varies on which state you're in. So the first thing you have to know is the cost of Sisterlocks and why it is that expensive. What you have to understand is that basically, like I put emphasis, these here, it is about a half inch by ½ inch or an inch by inch all over your head. And it's not like we're braiding them in. It's not like you're getting them twisted in. They are using a tool to basically crochet it into a pattern, either a 4 or a 3 pattern in your head, all over your head, which will take hours, okay? So, and also depending on the length of your hair as well, what you start off with, it depends and varies with price ranges and such and where you are. So with that being said, with me, I chose, number one, a trainee, and I'll tell you the difference between a trainee and a certified consultant. They are both the same, but just slightly different. I'll explain it. But anyway, I chose a trainee, and she charged me $375 to start this set of locks. Now, you're probably like, whoa, okay, that is a lot of money. Why? Why $375 to get your hair done? Like, you could just get your hair braided. You could just get a weave, all that stuff. Why did you give $375 for that? I will tell you exactly why. It has been about 2 years and 2 months in, And I haven't had to, you know, buy extra weave to put in my hair. I hadn't had to buy extra dye to dye my hair. I didn't have to buy extra conditioners, leave-in conditioners, protein treatments, all that stuff. And add it on up. I bet every month, if you are on that regimen or whatever of making sure your hair is all the way detangled, all the way thorough, all that stuff, that it will be calculated close to like a little bit under $1,000 each month on products, trying new weaves and wigs, lace fronts, all that stuff, especially vixen weaves. That stuff right now is like popular. So it's been 2 years and 2 months now, and I haven't had to deal with any of that. I just get my hair retightened, and I dyed it a few months back. But other than that, I don't have other products, separate products to buy. I just use my Sisterlock products, and that's it. I just see it as it makes sense because I'm not spending on weave or nothing. This is all my hair growing off my head. And, yeah, I just think it's a wonderful investment that I'll have for the rest of my life. And that's like a one-time thing. I don't have to constantly keep paying $375 for my retights. My retights are way cheaper than that. So, yeah. And also, I'm in South Jersey. So that definitely is different. If you were like in North Jersey or close to New York, I think the starting, even for a trainee, is like $500, or I think. But you gotta think you're in New York or even close to New York. So, yeah. And I expect that if you bought weave or something that was in New York, it will be even more expensive than in South Jersey and Delaware. So, I mean, you gotta think it out here. Like, think about your regimen now as a loose natural, then your regimen when you would get Sisterlocks. You know, it's just like, it's totally worth the money, and I'm not crying about it or nothing now, you know. So that's one thing. And another thing is that you have to think your consultant is going to be standing up or sitting down the whole time, installing all these things in your head for hours, for days. Mine took, I believe it was 4 days. No, 3 days? No, it was 4 days. 4 days. See, I can't remember anymore. But it was like for 4 days, and it was about 30 hours, I believe. So that's a lot of time, and that money is well deserved. You know, especially if your consultant did a wonderful job during the consultation and all that stuff. So the money is totally worth it, and it truly depends. Now, to choose a trainee over a consultant, that is fairly your choice. Either way, your locks will end up beautifully. It just depends on how much they know. And I mean, I would even say a trainee can be smarter than a normal consultant, because the consultant probably did it for so long that he or she probably got all, you know, laid back and lazy and making the locks bigger than they should be. It's just a possibility, you know. But as a trainee, they're new, they're fresh, they want more clients, and they want to start their business up. So they do it correctly, make sure the client is happy, make sure they're happy with the product and all that stuff. They make sure everything is perfect so that you could be, well, no, you can have beautiful locks the way you want them to look like, you know? So that's why I chose a trainee. I was scared because I was the first person that she had. I was nervous, I ain't gonna lie. But once I got to know her and test her knowledge of Sisterlocks, I researched like crazy what was supposed to be done, how everything's supposed to be done, all that stuff. So, you know, if you test it out and they seem legit, then you should go for it. Like, seriously, go for a trainee. I tell everybody, just try a trainee out. They're cheaper because, you know, they're cheaper for the first, second, and third heads that they do. After the third head, and they send all their work to the base in California, then boom, they're certified. That's it. So that's why I just say, just go for a training. Don't be afraid. Now, if you're testing them out and they don't seem to understand or know, that's when I'll be afraid and move on to somebody else. But I'll get more into consultants in another video. But that's as brief as I can make it with that. So yeah, so I did calls, I did consultants and trainees. The next thing is to research for yourself, like some things. Like you can look on Google, obviously. Search wherever you're looking for. You got YouTube as a good platform. I mean, so many tutorials on how to style sister locks, how to band and braid and wash them when you're in that beginning stage of locks and all that stuff. You have people, you know, doing all kinds of things on YouTube. So you got that. And also, I'm going to tell you the, I'm going to give you the actual websites that I use to enhance my research. The first one I did was, I believe it was KreyolasJourney.com. Basically, she's a woman who had, oh my gosh, about 600 or 800 sister locks installed on her head. Beautiful full head of locks. They're definitely micro-sized sister locks, and a lot of people don't do micro-sized sister locks anymore because they're micro and it takes forever to put in and possibly forever to retighten unless they're really fast. I did hers. She has so many wonderful articles and stuff that she wrote about her journey and different techniques that you can use if you have, you know, hair loss or whatever. Like, she was definitely a big inspiration to me. I also, on Facebook, there's a Sister Locks page that Dr. Joanne Cornwell is even in, and that is Sister Locked and Loving It. There's two different kinds, though. The first one, there's an exclamation point, and the other one, there isn't. But I'll have it all in the description box so that you guys aren't lost and not know what I'm talking about. They have so many normal people who are curious about Sister Locks, have questions, and people just comment and answer your question. So if you're looking for something like that, I would totally recommend going on that Facebook page and doing, you know, yes, doing that. So, check them out as well. Oh, another thing also, Sister Locks is not, it's not cheap at all. I mean, you're paying for services and whatnot and the actual brand itself. So it's very important that you understand and possibly budget your way into it. What their set amount is, like the base pay, you pay up front or whatever, all that kind of stuff. Some people even have like a payment plan you could do with them. Not all. That's just very rare. Some people do payment plans if you want to do a payment plan or whatever. For the install, I know, not the retights. I don't think retights there are no payment plans. But that's basically all I could think of with this research part and what Sister Locks are, why you should have them, why it's pretty awesome. But yeah, that's basically it. I hope I answered all the questions, but if I missed something, like I think I always do, just comment below and I will totally get back to you like ASAP because my phone goes crazy whenever you guys comment. So here we go. Oh yes, and I want to include Amaya in here. So Amaya, I have a few questions to ask you. Okay, this is my baby sister Amaya. Come here. All right, so now, as you can see, she doesn't have sister locks. She has loose natural hair. But she actually, at the age of, you're 4 or 5?
I missed my hair.
That's okay. Are you 5? Yes, you're 5. Okay, she's 5. Okay, so at the age of 5, she thinks that she wants sister locks.
So how old are you?
I'm good, Maya. Okay, so do you really want sister locks?
Yeah.
You do?
Mm-hmm.
And why?
Because I like them.
You like them? What about them do you like? What about sister locks that you like? Like, see mine? Like, what do you like about my sister locks?
Because it's black.
Because it's black.
Yeah.
Well, it's not really black. It's sort of like red, purple.
Yes, red and purple.
Okay, lovely. Well, you got a little kid's opinion. But, yeah. So, I hope I answered your questions really well and all that. But if you have any more, please just comment below and I'll answer them. Okay, so say bye.
Bye!
I'll see y'all in the next video. Take care and God bless.